and welcome back to the review realm. It's Sienna, and today we're going to be talking about Reacher Season 3, Episode 2 and Episode 3, just because they really do interconnect, and this is a review that will contain spoilers, so you have been warned. But before we get to it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So Reacher Season 3, Episode 1 ended off with Reacher finding Teresa's earring at the bottom of the bunker under the shed, and he talks to the DEA agent, and they sort of decide that Teresa is probably not on property because Reacher, a new guy, and Bizarre wants to be safe. Well, the DEA agent gets mad at this information because she really wants to find Teresa, and they do have the bodyguard was originally protecting the kid when the kidnapping happened. They have him under custody, and she sort of loses it and takes it out on him. Well, Reacher is on his way back to the room after coming from the bunker, and it is in the middle of the night, and he sees the head of security talking to another guy outside, and then of course the head of security is going to go get Reacher, so now he has to race back to his room before he gets caught that he was sneaking out. And the head of security comes to Reacher and says, "It's time for work, we got a job." And Reacher's kind of pissed because he likes to sleep, but sadly he does not have the opportunity to sleep tonight. Reacher then ends up meeting this guy named Baby Angel. Yes, that's what he goes by, and for the sake of the rest of the video, we're gonna call him Angel because he also just goes by Angel. And their job is to go to the pound and check out the truck that was used to slam into the car that was for the kidnapping of the kid. Well, of course, Reacher and the DEA agents all set up this, and they also have the car that was supposed to be where the bodyguard got killed, but the bodyguard actually did not die. So now they are sort of panicking. Reacher reaches out to the DEA agents and is like, "You guys got to figure out, try and move that car before I show up, because if they see that there's no brain matter or blood in that car, then my cover is blown and we're all dead." So they go to the pound and they are trying to move the car. However, there's a car in its way. The car's actually destroyed. They can't move it, and Reacher pulls up, so they are sort of out of options. And what does she do? She switches the plate with another car, so then they can all assume that it's just a different car that is there. And Reacher sort of does his little nice moves and sort of makes Angel think that, oh, this isn't the car. And Angel gets his photos, but Angel's a little suspicious of Reacher, and you can really see that. Well, now they go back to the house, and Reacher has another job. He has to drive a Bizarre truck to a location. He has 6 hours. He's being tracked on a GPS. And now Reacher is on a time limit. He's driving the truck. He calls the DEA agent, is like, "We need to search this truck," because they specifically told him, "Do not open the back." But what they do is they meet at a rest stop really quick, and they check the back of the truck, and they find that it's just drugs. They have a dog that is sniffing for drugs or a dead body, but there's nothing. So they sort of figure that this is a test for Reacher to see if he can follow orders, because the Russian roulette was a test to see if he had any cojones, and this one is a test to see if he can follow commands, which Reacher does, and he makes it luckily in time. And now he has to drive another truck back to the warehouse, and that is where Angel is waiting for him. And Angel is sort of piecing together little things that Reacher isn't all that he says he is, and he figures out that Reacher could be a actual cop. Well, Reacher does what anyone do in this situation, and he just kills Angel, and then he shoves him under a desk. Well, the head of security is there to pick up Reacher, and the head of security goes, "Oh, did Angel say anything to you? Because he told me that he has some important information to tell me, but he can only tell me in person." And Reacher's like, no idea. Well, now it's in the middle of the night, and Reacher has to go and clean up his mess with Angel because there's just a dead body in the warehouse. So he calls the DEA agent. They leave a car for him, but she's waiting there for him. And they go and search the warehouse to see maybe if Teresa's there. And then they also clean up Angel's dead body. But while they are doing that, 2 other truck people are there, and they are waiting for Angel. And so their cover gets blown and they have to kill those 2 people. So now there are 3 dead bodies and they put them in a shipping container that is going out the next morning so no one can find their dead bodies, or at least it will take a hot minute for someone to. And they get Reacher right back to the house just in time. Well, the head of security, he wants to see Reacher again right when he gets back, and that is where, everyone's like feeling a little weird about Reacher. Well, from Angel running the plates of the truck that was involved in the kidnapping, they say that they found out that it comes from one of the enemies. So now the description that Reacher gave does not match the enemies that they believe the truck is from. And the more they keep looking into this, the more Reacher gets a little nervous that his cover is going to be blown. And so Reacher, they aren't really giving him much information because obviously he is the new guy, and Reacher figures out a plan. Well, I need to become the number 2. That's the only way I'm going to get information about Teresa, where she's going, because they really have no other leads. So Reacher's goal is to basically try and kill the head of security, because that's the only way he is going to get to the number 2 position. He has to kill someone to make room for Reacher, and obviously he has to do it somewhat fast. Well, the DEA agent grabs Angel's computer, and what she does is she has access to his email, and they send an email to Bazaar saying that, oh, I need to meet you at this house, and this house is actually a safe house. But no one is there right now, and they use that. Well, Reacher and the head of security are now in charge of going to that house and checking it out and killing the people who were involved in the kidnapping of his son, because they believe that's actually where the people are going to be. So they go to the house, and Reacher and the head of security go in, and Reacher plays it all up. Because his goal here is to just kill the head of security, but he plays it. He gets the head of security in the house, and he's like, where's Teresa? He's not giving up any information. Then Reacher just kills him. Well, then Reacher has to cover his tracks, so he does what any person does, and he blows up the whole house, naturally. Well, then he plays it off like, oh, there was an ambush, there was 6 of them, they let off a grenade, blah, 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 saying all this stuff, and he's the only one that survived, and now Reacher is in the number 2 position. That is how episode 3 really ends, Reacher basically getting confirmed that he is in the number 2 position. Let me know if you have seen any of the episodes of Reacher season 2 and season 3 down in the comment section down below, but have a great day, bye!